everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and once again I'm coming to you with another range report. And today's range report is on another 2011 pistol. I know some of you guys don't like it when I review these because they are race guns. They're designed for high performance applications for competition shooting, and I'm just an average gun guy, and a lot of times people say, you don't review these right. Well, I still think these are awesome guns, and I want to do them justice. But remember, I always review these from the perspective of an average gun guy for other average gun people, because you don't have to be a competition shooter to love, appreciate, and shoot a 2011. But as I mentioned, this is the Fowler Industries V9. Yeah, I was completely unaware of this company and this particular model. But before I get into the things that I like and don't like and get this thing to the range, as always, I want to thank the people that make these videos possible. First and foremost is the owner of this awesome 2011 pistol who lent it to the channel, D. You've heard me talk about him in the past. He has an amazing collection, and this is just another fine piece from that collection. I always want to thank my Patreons as always, because they help keep the lights on around here. I appreciate their support. In fact, I've gotten a few new Patreons lately, so thank you so much. You guys get to see all of this content early. And as always, I want to thank my primary sponsor who always provides all of the ammunition for these range reports, my good friend Mark from Brownworks. And like I always say, if you're here watching this video on a high-end pistol, well, you probably have a nice collection of high-end pistols yourself, and some of them probably even accept high-quality wood panel grips. And if that's the case and you're looking for something with a custom logo, a custom engraving, I got the right company for you, and that is Brownworks. Brownworks is a company that makes fine wood grips for discerning customers like yourself. If you have a high-end 1911, a Beretta 92, something from the CZ family of pistols, well, Mark has something for you. And as you can see, he can finish grips in a wide variety of colors, a wide variety of textures. I've already mentioned he can put on custom logos and custom engravings. He is doing things with grips that no other company is doing. And the fact that every grip is custom made to you means they are all one of a kind. They're not coming off some assembly line. When you order a set of custom wood grips from Brownworks, they are made just for you. Nobody else. They are unique, and when you show them off, you will have something that nobody else has. So I'm going to put a link in the description below, as well as a 10% off coupon code for your first order. And I want you to go over there, see what he has to offer. And if you don't find what you're looking for, trust me, he offers way more than what you see over there, because Mark is busy making custom grips and not always updating his website. But please contact him. His customer service is amazing. And when you do, tell him the Texas Gun Vault sent you. All right, so let's talk about this 2011 pistol. What in the world is it? I had never even heard of Fowler Industries before. Well, I did a little bit of research and talked to D about this. This is a 2011 pistol that kind of falls in the price category above a Staccato, but below an Atlas Gunworks. So you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. You guys know the current prices of both those guns. And the reason I don't always mention the prices in these videos is it kind of dates the video. If I say it's one price today, well, 10 years from now, if you're watching this video, you're gonna go, that's not what they are. So that is why I don't mention the price, but they're above Staccatos and below Atlas Gunworks. So that's the kind of quality that I am expecting from this pistol. So let's talk about the things that I like and don't like. The first thing that I really like about this gun is the fit and the finish and all of the small machine work that has gone into this pistol. So let me show you this, and I'll give you guys a really close-up view. You can see a lot of time has gone into the manufacturing of all the parts. Even look at the fluting on the barrel. On this side, you can even see all this machining inside of the slide stop. You got those front rear cocking serrations. You got these kind of lightning cuts on the side of the slide, even here on the back, and even the hammer has all this machine work on it. Yeah, a lot of time and detail has been put into this gun, and I really like that. And that shows that a company took the time to do that, to engineer that and think, what would look really cool on our pistols. I'm also a big fan that they decided to use a metal frame for this 2011 versus the plastic ones. Now, I understand that the plastic ones are lighter, but the metal grip frames feel a lot better in my hand. They feel better quality. The gun feels more substantial. In fact, I really like the design and the aesthetic choice when it comes to the texture of the grips. They're not overly aggressive, but they're definitely tacky. So if you have oily fingers, this gun is not going to slip out of your hands, but it's not going to hurt to shoot either. They've also decided to go with some smaller controls. Sometimes the controls on these 2011 pistols can be gigantic. They're almost comical how big the safeties can be. I'm like, why do you need a safety so big? I understand they're for competition shooting, but man, they get a little bit out of control. And this is a very subdued choice, and I really like that. I think it blends in with the lines of the gun really well. And I'm also a fan of the sights on this pistol, because here we have some suppressor height sights. Now, yeah, most likely you're going to be running a red dot on it, but those sights are so high that if you're not running the red dot or it runs out of battery, you can still have iron sights and they're functional. So I think a lot of thought has gone into this particular gun. So now let's talk about a few things about this gun that I don't like, and that list is actually very short. It's only about 3 or 4 things, and they're very small. The first thing is going to be the weight of this gun. This gun is actually really heavy for a 2011, especially compared to the other guns that I have shot. Now, I have said I do like the metal grip frames. That is going to add some weight, but even with that, it's heavier than what I think it should be. I also noticed when I'm racking the slide, this gun seems to be sprung a little bit more than your standard 2011. A lot of times with like a Terran Tactical, a Nighthawk Custom, the slides are like butter. Even the Staccatos, it barely takes any energy whatsoever to rack that slide. And this spring definitely feels like it's a lot heavier. And while I don't show the different ammo that I'm shooting at the range, I can tell you this gun is a little bit more ammo sensitive. It likes the lighter, faster stuff over the slower, heavier stuff. And I think it has to do with that heavier spring. And I definitely notice it. So it's a heavier gun and it's sprung heavier as well. The last thing I want to talk about is the trigger. Now, this has a pretty good trigger in it, especially compared to your basic gun, but for the price that this gun is, I'm expecting it to be better than a Staccato, and I don't think that it is. So let me go ahead and show you what this trigger looks like. It has quite a bit of take-up for a 2011. It hits the wall. It's a little bit heavier than what I would want on a competition gun. And the reset's pretty good. It's just a little spongy with a little bit more take-up than what I personally like in a 2011. It's still great. I think it's going to run just fine, but maybe I've been spoiled because I've shot those other high-end guns and even Staccatos, and I kind of feel like the trigger in this just isn't as good. It's still nice, but the other 2011s I think have it beat just a little bit. All right, so that's the things that I like and don't like. So let's go ahead and get this thing to the range. As always, I'm going to load up one of these magazines. We're going to start off at just 7 yards. I just want to see how it shoots, if I have any issues, and what the recoil is like, how the trigger is. So let's just get some range time. Once again, 7 yards, a full magazine, and let's see how this thing shoots. Alright, so overall it's a pretty good shooter, very low recoil. That's because of the mass of this gun, the weight of this gun. It barely recoils at all, so it doesn't need any type of compensator. I wouldn't worry about that because some people on their 2011s, they want a compensator. You don't need a compensator for a 2011. It shoots okay, not the tightest group I've ever shot in the world. Trigger's okay. I really have no complaints about it whatsoever. And just so you know, all the ammunition that I'm using on this review is 115 grain. It's just what seems to cycle the best in this gun. So let's go ahead and put out the target now to a little bit further distance. Let's see if this group opens up any. Right now it's shooting okay, so I have high expectations, as it is a 2011 and designed for competition shooting, and I usually shoot these pretty good with pretty good tight groups. So let's see what happens at about double the distance, another magazine, and see if I discover anything. And at 15 yards, that group has opened up quite a bit, and I don't really know why. I actually shot this portion of the range report twice, just to make sure my first shots weren't some type of anomaly, and I got the same result both times. So closer in, it's about 7 yards, I did okay. At 15 yards, man, this group is opening up, and I don't know why. The gun still feels good in my hand, low recoil, no other issues. So for me, it's just not shooting as well. And just so you guys know, I am using a Trijicon SRO on this, which of course is an outstanding red dot optic. So I don't think it's that. Who knows? Maybe it's me, but I shoot these 2011 pistols better than this. But that's just what I discovered. But now I'm going to do my best to take the human element out of the equation, and I'm going to set the target out even further, and now I'm going to shoot this on a barrier, see if I can hold it a little bit more steady, and see if I can get this accuracy thing figured out. But when it comes to its performance, it's doing fine. I've had no malfunctions, no issues, no ejection problems, but I'm just not shooting it as accurately as I would hope. So here we go, a little bit further distance, up against a barrier, and let's see if I can make this gun shoot a little bit better. And I'm going to be very honest with you, I am very disappointed. Usually when I get to this point in the test, I can shoot these guns really well. But for me, this is not a very accurate pistol. And I know some of you guys are going to say in the comment section that I'm a terrible shot. Now remember, I'm just an average gun guy, but you guys can go look at my other range reports on 2011s and see how well I shoot these. I don't really know why this group is opening up like it is. I don't see any issues with the firearm. Everything seems to be tight. I definitely don't think it's the optic. It's mounted on there nice and solid. I just cannot get a good group. Now everything was on the target and did hit center mass, but I'm really expecting a better group from a 2011, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't know if I should be disappointed in myself or disappointed in the gun, but I'm going by the evidence that I have of the past where in this test, I usually shoot these pretty good. So you guys can take this information and run with it, or as I said, tell me I'm a bad shot, or say, hey, it could be the gun, but I'll let you guys make that determination. All right, so the next thing I want to do is load up another magazine and give my wife Becky a chance to shoot this. And this is going to be a good experiment because often she shoots these guns better than I do. I find that women shooters are usually better than men shooters because they're very focused and they don't have an ego about it. So if my wife shoots this great, well, I know it's probably me. So let me load up a magazine, give her a chance to shoot this, see what her thoughts are and what she thinks. And I have to say that I'm relieved. Normally she shoots these things pretty good and can outshoot me, but she had about the same results as I did. So I'm gonna say it might be the gun. I don't know why it's not that accurate. I can't imagine why. It seems to be really well built and the company is very well respected. I am using Winchester white box ammunition. It's not like I'm using some type of hand loads that could be inconsistent, but this is the results that I am getting. She did say the gun is really heavy, but she does like this texture. And you guys know she is kind of grip texture sensitive, and this grip texture is very nice for her. So she did like that, felt like the gun was comfortable, and goes, it shoots like a lot other than 2011s. Nothing too special. So that was her personal experience, and I think most likely if it was in pink, she would absolutely love it. All right, so I have one more thing that I want to do before I give you guys my final thoughts, and that's the quick magazine change. Now remember, once again, I am an average gun guy, so if I can shoot this gun fast, drop the magazine, get a new one in there, get the gun back in action really fast, well, I know you can do it even faster than me because you guys probably train that way. And I think with this nice jet funnel, this is not going to be a problem at all. So let's see how I do, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. All right, and I am really happy with those results. I can shoot this gun fast and getting that magazine in and out of there really fast, just like all other 2011s. So that way it functions great. Reaching that magazine release button is easy, no problems whatsoever. Now I will say the results of that were not very good when it comes to the accuracy. I didn't show myself bringing in the target, but let me tell you, it kind of looked like a shotgun pattern. And usually when I'm shooting this fast, I can get them all pretty much in the center, and this time it was not that way. This gun does not shoot accurate for me at all, and that's really the big issue with it, and the fact that it is a little bit ammo sensitive. So, what are my final thoughts on the Fowler V9 2011? Well, I think it's very attractive. I might want to have more markings on the side saying what it is. The only thing you really have is underneath the frame here, you have the manufacturer's information and the model and the serial number, and it is a pretty darn low serial number. So it's a 2-digit serial number, and I'll just go ahead and say it's below 40. So that's the information that I can provide. So it is maybe kind of an early gun in this particular model. But it's heavy, it's ammo sensitive, it feels different than other 2011s. The spring weight, the overall weight, the trigger, it's a little bit different. It's definitely a 2011, but it just doesn't feel maybe as refined. And because it's not very accurate for me and I don't shoot it well, and as I said, if you think it's me, please go back and look at my other reviews of 2011s and you can see how I shoot them. I can really only give this gun 3 out of 5 stars. It works, It's well built. I don't see any construction issues with it. I really like the way that it looks. It's comfortable, but I have those issues. It's heavy and I just don't shoot it well. So you guys can once again tell me I'm not a good shot, but who knows? I personally think it's the gun. I thought it was me at first, but after putting enough rounds through this thing, it's just the same result I kept getting, and I tried a number of different things. So for me, 3 out of 5 stars. It's an okay gun, but for this price, I want it to shoot better than a Staccato. And I don't think it shoots better than a Staccato. Well, for me anyway. And once again, that doesn't mean that they make an inferior product, but for me, it's about quality versus price. And in this price point, I'm expecting better than Staccato. Not as nice as Atlas Gunworks, but better than Staccato. And for me, it doesn't shoot as nice as a Staccato. So that's just my personal experiences and my personal thoughts with this. Yours may vary, but what do you guys think? Have you ever heard of a Fowler Industries V9? I know I hadn't. I know a lot of companies today are bringing out these 2011 pistols. They're real popular right now, and everyone's kind of jumping on that boat. But for me, the gun on the outside, extremely refined, very well built, maybe internally needs a little bit more tweaking. So 3 out of 5 stars, Fowler Industries V9. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. And do you still think I'm a bad shot? I know some of you guys are gonna say so, but I think this one actually is the gun, but I don't know exactly what is causing the accuracy issues. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.